Okay, so good morning and good evening, everybody, and welcome back in today's class. Okay, today we are going to be start a new topic that is called the email notification. Okay, also these are called the notifications as well. Even though not email, these are called the notifications as well. Like if you order something from any of the website, maybe you do any kind of online payment or you get something from the market. Okay, specifically I'm talking about in the case of online ordering, you get an email with some subject line and some body. Hello Jimmy, hello Satya, hello Moji, hello Yogesh, thank you so much for the payment. This is your order number, this is the payment reference number. For any issue you can come back to us. These are called the email notification. So let's say Jimmy is facing some issue in the internet. He called to customer care and customer care say, sorry sir, there is a problem. I'm creating an incident on your behalf. And as per the record updated in the database, Jimmy will get an email as well. Now the question comes, from where these emails get triggered. Are they standard emails? Are they non-standard emails? Is someone sitting in the background who go and write an email and update? If it is a standard email, then how and what it's look like? Okay, so these all are things called the are covered in the email notification. So in the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, we are going to be complete this topic. We will see how to configure the email notification in ServiceNow. Okay, but before that, we have to be see that how to activate the email in the ServiceNow. The problem is that till last release, till San Diego, specifically in the PDA I'm talking here, ServiceNow allow to send or receive email from ServiceNow. But a few days back, I read a blog on the community ServiceNow community that they stop this functionality. Now you are not going to receive any email from ServiceNow on the PDI. You cannot send any email in ServiceNow on your PDI because seems there's some security concerns has been raised. People are sending the garbage value or some unnecessary attachments and all that things. Okay, so we will see that how to create an account, how to activate the account, how to configure it, but maybe we are not able to see the actual emails which is sent by ServiceNow. I'm trying to find out something from my old emails, but unluckily I'm not getting anything here. Okay, so now let's come back here and let's open the instance. Okay, what I will do just for the safer side. Okay, let me open my profile and add my email ID here so that I will get all emails. Gmail.com. I'm trying to find out from the last one that in the last part, in the last training, I done this part. Is any email exist? I am not finding any email as well. Okay, I'm trying, but I'm not getting it anything. Maybe we'll see something. So now the question come. There's a concept if anybody know. Send and receive are the terminologies, network terminology we use for sending an email and receiving an email. What are the as a protocol? These are two words we have used, SMTP and UP3. I'm sure everybody know these terms. SMTP Standard Mail Transfer Protocol POP3. This is for sending and this is for receiving. Now we are on the cloud. Everything we are seeing Office 65 we have configured. But ultimately they're using this protocol in the background. Okay. So to send or receive any email is we will call this in and outbound. Inbound and outbound. Inbound you are receiving. Outbound you are sending. Okay. So these words we are going to be used. Before any email go out from ServiceNow, we have to be configure the accounts. Like you're working in a company, right? You're using the Microsoft Office, I'm sure, for sending sending the email, receiving the email. How that work? Or I can say that if Jimmy want to send a letter to me, postal letter, how will it work? Jimmy will write a letter and he will post in a letterbox. That will go to the post office, they stamp it, and then they route that letter to my post office and it come to me. So these post office are basically my servers, which we call as a email server. In the PDI, or if you're talking about the official instances, this configuration done by ServiceNow. So let me show you that how this can be taken care. It is a one-time activity and it's not like everybody need to be do. It's a one-time only. So we'll go here and call email accounts. Here. Email accounts. Okay. So what this email account is saying? Okay. These are the two email accounts. ServiceNow POP3 SMTP. If I show you here, so these things has been configured by ServiceNow. This POP3 and Relay 3, these are your official servers. Like if say I'm working for a company X, then company X have a email server for sending the email or receiving the email. That we have to give to the ServiceNow, and then so when we purchase ServiceNow, then we came to know, or we need to be share the details with them, and then we get the details. Okay, so now if I show you, because it's already configured in PDI, so nothing to be do. But if I show you here, let's say SMTP for sending the email, how it's look like. SMTP, this authentication, because you're sending it, so no authentication required. Okay, if I'm sending any message to Jimmy, there's no authentication required. But if Jimmy is sending SMS to me, I'll make sure that I check the authentication. Let's say I am going to Jimmy's house and I'm a regular visitor to his house. Security guard did not check my identity. But if Jimmy is first time coming to my house, then he need to prove his identity. So this is for SMTP for sending the email. This is important. Like if you see you are receiving an email reply@noreply.com. From where that word's coming, that coming from this particular part. Email user. It says career site. The email label. I'm not able to see or not able to get anything like that. Even though I checking the trash and everywhere. Okay, let me see something more on that part. Okay. So these two are given by ServiceNow as a standard. Now the question comes in the practical scenario I'm talking. Customer says, can we rename this particular field? Yes, we can rename. You can mention any name. Can we rename this particular from option? Yes, you can mention. Now let's say there's a company who is using the service now and you are using that product. You will not get email like this dev86. You will get no reply thanks at the rate at support.com kind of things. Okay, so this we done for the sending the email. So there's no action required from our side. It will be taken care by ServiceNow only. It's a one-time activity. Now if I go back, POP3 for the incoming. I don't want that a garbage should come to me. So we're doing the password as well. Authentication, port, and all things open. These are the network terms, like you have to open the port so that firewall cannot stop and the details can come here. Okay. So now if you want to just see a look of the new, you can just click here and you can see if SMTP or POP, you can put SMTP, then these informations are required. If you say this thing POP, then these informations are required. Okay, but practically it will be taken care by ServiceNow. So this is the first part of configuring the account where we don't need to be worried. What we are worried about, because see, if you see here, if I go back, SMTP, what it's saying, email sending property is disabled. That in ServiceNow in your PDI, you cannot send email out. It is disabled. So we have to be enable that. This is called, this will be done under the email properties. So if you remember, I told that in ServiceNow there is a property section available, which we done the system property, and we have the properties for that specific module as well. So this is the example of the specific module here. Okay. Let me come here. Till this point, everybody clear? Anyone has any doubt, any question? Ask me, please. Good. Now we are going for the email.
So, can I ask a quick question? So are we the one creating the email for the clients, or we're just creating an email just to be able to contact the client if you have a message?
No, you have to be configure the email for the client.
Okay.
So like any of the end user who is using ServiceNow, right? So let me take example of Moji. Suppose you're working in a company. Okay. You have a laptop, your laptop is not working. What you do? You go to some portal, raise an incident for the IT team, and in the return you get an email. Thank you, Moji. We have registered your incident. Incident number is this. You are facing some issue in your salary slips. You go and raise an incident. There's a disparity between your salary. You go and raise an incident. So you're getting email from the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how these emails are coming? These are coming via these servers, and how this can be enabled. We are going to discuss about the properties. Now I will give you one homework, guys. Okay, one homework. Today you have to be read about this thing. Go to preferences, go to notification. Read about this core UI. This is related with this particular email section. I'm not going to teach you, but this is very much important from the customer perspective. Read about this. Okay, So here you can see that the properties are available.
So quick question or two.
Go ahead, please.
My confusion right now is, I mean, I work for a company where we use ServiceNow, right?
Okay.
So if I set up a ticket and then they create the ticket for me, it's going to send me a copy of the ticket in my email, right?
Right.
Right. But it doesn't say at ServiceNow, it's the name of the company. So where
Yes.
does that get configured?
So that is things we have in the email accounts. See, I tell you one more thing. It's a very good question, Jimmy, you pick up. The thing is that we are using a lot of products. You can take example of Amazon, Myntra, Walmart, maybe Ola, Uber, Bolt, maybe some other website for your energy bill, for electricity bill, for your council tax, for your government things, kind of things. Never ever any company will tell you that which tool they are using it. That is called the technology hiding. And to do that part, they do the masking. Let me give one example. Let's say I'm a professional trainer. Okay. And I don't want that people should know my actual email ID. Then what I will do? I will mask that. So the question which you ask, Atul, I'm raising an incident, I'm getting a tickets, but it never tell. It come with a company name. So it come from here, which we discussed just now in the email accounts. Like this, here they change it. They change from, they will say no reply @ x.com. So that people should know that, okay, this is from the company. Why should I tell you that I'm using ServiceNow product? So here you can make a change, and here you can make a change for the label as well. Clear, Jimmy, now?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Good. So this is the one of the things which we have to be hide it or hide it basically, and that is the reason I say that these things you can change it very easily. Okay. Okay, sorry, I am distracted. Okay, now let's come to this particular part. If in my PDA it's work fine, what you can do, Jamie, after this maybe after tomorrow's session, what you can do, you can go and make a change in the label. You can go and make a change in this part. Don't change this thing after @ServiceNow, because this is a domain which ServiceNow consider for the email. For the PDAs I'm talking. Okay. Now let's go for the email. Outbound and inbound. What you want to send and what you want to receive. Let's discuss about the sending part. As of now, this is enabled. Sorry, this is disabled. I want to be enable it. If I click yes, and if that blog which I read, let me search here. ServiceNow blog email bound outbound in PDI Tokyo. This PDI Tokyo and community. Yes. Let's see this one. PDA email property enable sentence even not working right. This is something we heard. Suspend see. sending email from PD has been suspended in a PD. There is no resolution at this point of time. So you can check and you will get the actual log as well, that it has been stopped by service now. But let's see if it is working for us or not. So when I say email sending enabled, it means if my instance is fine or there's no restrictions in the background, then I'm going to receive email from service now. So one more thing, I'll show you that. Emails. Let me show you some few beautiful things. So from the last 20 days or last 17 days, we are working on a lot of incident and we're getting incidents and other things. Let's see. You can see here that how many emails are ready to go. These all are the send ready. And once I enable this property, it start flowing to the respective users, these users. But these are all the dummy email IDs. Okay, so what we do basically here, if I come here, this option is very good. Now let's say I am in the UAT environment. Okay, or let's say I'm in the testing environment. If I am doing a testing and I raise an incident for Jimmy, if Jimmy get an email from ServiceNow, he will get confused. Oh, there is an incident has been raised on my behalf. Who raised this incident? Because it is a test environment and I'm doing a testing. I'm putting garbage. Hey, hello, how are you doing? Who is the hell who is using getting the incident like this? So to avoid any confusion to the users, when you're testing the email functionality in ServiceNow in the lower environment, in the dev, test or beta, what we do, we can put one email ID here. So I'm putting it as atul.grover09@gmail.com. Now what will happen if I enable this? All the email will go only to my email address. Okay. And this functionality we use only in the non-production. So to avoid any confusion, but to see how the email will be look like. See, if I show you here, if I go here and let me open this and let me click on the preview here. You say, Atul, no, I'm not getting the good feel. What is the subject? What is the to? What is the from? I want the complete information. So in this case, you have to be enable this property, and to avoid any confusion to the users during the testing phase, I am putting my email ID. So now what you have to be do today, you have to be go to your profile and update your email ID like I done in the beginning. Okay, so as of now, for the time being, for our class purpose, I'm putting my email ID here. It says append time zone to dates and time in the sent email. Do you want to be add the time zone? I said yes. Create watermark. Very much important. Let me save this. Let's see if the emails are going out or not. I'm saving it. So it says it's enabled now. Let me go here and search. Maybe I get something. Or what we can do, we can go here and back and emails. Okay, and now this is getting changed. From send ready, it will be showing us send if this is working fine. See, send ignored, refresh list. Let me try to do group by. So now it's showing sent. So these many emails has been sent. Let me check my email now. Okay, give me a minute. Let me stop sharing because it's my personal email ID. There's a lot of emails, so let me stop sharing and we'll share my screen again once I get some emails. Okay. Yes, we are getting an email. Good. Okay, now I can share my screen. Good. It means email is working fine in my PDA at least. Okay. Now I can come here. So this is the email I received from ServiceNow. It has some standard subject. If I open it, it's showing IT Service Desk, which I was talking. So Jimmy, maybe you are getting this as a company name. And this is the email address from where I'm getting. Reply to email this subject, mailed by, signed by security. These are standard things. We are worried about only this thing because this is what we know from where it is becoming. Right? Now, if I scroll down, you are able to see this data. This is called the email body. So like in the SLA, we have four things: start, stop, pause. Start, pause, stop, and reset. In the email, we have a when to send, who will receive, and what it will contain. Okay. So now you can see, hi AB. AB means it's picking up some name from there, some standard text, view request, about this request, and finally subscribe and notification. And if I scroll down, I'm getting this thing. In this email, there's a one thing important. Like we say, every record must have a sys ID. In this particular thing, this worked as a sys ID. And this is called the watermark. So now you can see in my inbox, I have 5 mails. Few are still going on. If I refresh my screen, maybe few more I'll get as a this one. Okay, it's done. Ignore, done, ready, and all things fine. Good. No problem. We are good to go then now. Okay. This is called the watermark. This watermark help ServiceNow to identify if you revert on this email. Okay. So now what we are doing, we are just checking the outbound. We're not working on the inbound as of now. Inbound, I'll show you. So now it says here, do you want to a watermark? I said yes. You want to show or not? That is the important point. But it will create automatically. I said yes, I want to show to the customer. Okay. Then these are some standard part. If SMTP is giving these codes error, then what to do? You want to send it again? Yes. Who can see the email in the activity format? Let me open it now. This is the email subject, this thing. Incident, let's open this. Oops, there's no note section here. Okay, let me change the view to the default. No, it has been completely changed, guys. Sorry. Let's use only this one. There's a nothing note section, right? Leave it. We'll use the standard one then. Our one which we're using X view and major inserts. Okay, so it says, if you remember that in the beginning we have a discussion that in the notes section who can see the emails going. So here we can define ITIL and the admin users. Number of journal entries, including the email notification. What are the journal entries? Your notes, your customer visible notes are your journal entries. These are the type of that part. Let me try to open any change here. So that I can show you, because we work on the incident. Maybe on the change I can show you. This thing. These are the journal entries. If you click, why it's not working, the right click. And if you click like this, these two are the journal entries. Not sure why it's not working on the right click part. These are the called journal entries. You can check the what I can say, data type of these two fields. Then you come to know that is journal entry or not. Okay. So I'm not get, I literally don't know that what is the meaning of this journal entry, but we put as a 3 only. Okay. So now this is the first thing in the property which we have to enable for the outbound action. Okay. Clear everybody till this point. Any doubt? Moji, Satya, Ola, Yogesh, Ope, Jimmy, Ed, Bakar, Harsh, Nikichi, and Shyam. Good. Now, what I want. Nowadays, our technology, our customer experience is growing drastically. Now the thing is that, let's say Jimmy is facing some issue, or I'm facing some issue in the internet. What I will do, I'll just write an email to the service provider. An incident get created. If you send any SMS, then also incident get created. If you just ping on the WhatsApp, incident get created. So these all are the notifications only. What to do, how to do. Okay. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll put as a inbound enable. It means now what will happen if I reply on this email, the comments get updated in the incident record. But how the service now will understand that I have to be update this incident only with the help of this flag. Okay, so what it's saying, identify email as a reply, means if I click on this and scroll up and click. Now if I show the subject, what it's showing subject, RE. This is the first place that service now understand that it is a reply. It means it is a not a new email. It is a email on the some previous record. Then sometime what we happen, we do the forward as well. This one. This is important. It says automatically create a user for incoming email from the trusted account. Let's say what I can suggest you. Okay. Today do one more thing. Ask your brother or sister or anybody in your house who has an email ID. Okay. And tell them, please send an email, or maybe you can just send an email on their behalf on this email address. Okay, anything, put subject anything and put anything in the body and ask them to send an email on this address. What this property says, that shall we create the user for them in ServiceNow? shall we create the user for them in the service now? If you click yes, then user will get created automatically. If you say untick, I don't want to create unnecessary users here. Okay, this property is good in many cases, also bad in many cases. Maybe I send a email by mistake on the email address. My user ID get created, but I did not use or I'm not using the system for a long time now. Unnecessary, my user ID is there. Okay. So this property enable or disable depend on the business case. Some customer want, some customer don't want. So as of now, I'm putting as a yes here. And there's another concept called the trusted domains. There's a lot of domains in the market which is not trusted. Maybe some sexual domains are there, some hacking domains are there, some fake domains are there. So ServiceNow say, be careful if you want to get an email from a trusted domain. If I put star, it means I'm welcoming any kind of a domain. Any domain can enter, Hotmail, Gmail, XXX, some sexual, I can say the domains are there, some hacking domains are there. So everybody will able to enter in my system. So generally in the practical scenario, in the official instances, it never be strict. It is with the limited one. So as of now, what we can do, I'm just putting as a Gmail here. That if any reply coming from gmail.com, I'll consider this as a trusted domain. And in that case, I'm creating a user for the same. So now we are done and we are clicking on the save here. So now our both properties are enabled. Let me reply back on this particular incident. Welcome back. Good to hear from you. And now I click on the, let me remove this and send. It gone here. Let me open that incident record so that I can show you that how it's been working. Okay, I let add the notes section here. Yeah. Design. So now the question comes, the email which we replied to ServiceNow, is it be updated in the incident or not? So to do that part, I'm adding the notes field on the form now, so that we can verify. Okay. Notes, yes, we have. Let me add one more section here. Okay, and notes, comments and work notes. Visible तो नहीं है कि नहीं, ठीक है, and click on the save here. Now go and reload it. So now you can see notes. This is be appearing here. But the question come. I send an email from my email ID. It go to ServiceNow. It updated the incident. Do you think it is a magic? What do you think? What happened in the background? How that words, how that comments has been updated in the incident record? Tell me, guys. I replied to ServiceNow and the comments has been updated in the incident. But the question is that how ServiceNow know that I have to be go and update only this incident? I have to be update only the comments or the notes section. Think for a minute. Let me add one more field here that is called the activity formatter. Think. I need answer from you guys only. Tell me, guys. Tell me. From where it is be getting that I have to be update only this section only.
Because you're updating a form.
Which form?
Form layout.
No. Form layout is just for the visibility part. But how ServiceNow know that if anything mentioned in the email body, I have to be add in the work note section? That is my point. That is my point. Okay. So there is something. Now you can see the activities, right? Good. So now there is something which read the email and update the records. Okay, now let's do one thing. I'll go here and I compose the email. Okay. This one. So email from LNG. Okay. LNG is best. Now let me remove all these things. Now I'm sending this email. It is a new email I'm sending. Expected output. A incident record should get created. Number one, let's go here and see. Let's ungroup this. Did ServiceNow receive my email or not? Go here and search for the search from no, as of now there's a no email received by ServiceNow in the system. No problem. Maybe it's I can see search for the learn. So this one, not this one. Still did not receive any email. ServiceNow did not receive any email from my email ID. Right? So we sent at the 5:47.
Maybe it takes the time 1 or 2 minutes for receiving the email.
Maybe it take time. So
Yeah.
this is the first place where you can go and check that email is landing in ServiceNow or not. Okay, that is the first place. It take time. Sometimes it take time, no doubt. Okay. Now the second point which we are expecting, that when I send any email to ServiceNow, there is a functionality available in the background that is called the inbound action. How many of you know about Telegram in the old days of the Telegram? Like you go to your post office and you tell them 200 words and they write and they do telegram to the other location and that person or the postman go to your house and say it is your telegram. That is inbound action actually. Something you're sending, the other person is passing and receiving that part. There's a concept called the shorthand. Many people learn the shorthand. What this mean? That you're writing something and when I'm reading in the full-fledged. Okay, so in ServiceNow we have a concept called the inbound action. So now you can see we receive an email. Now I go to the incident table. Open. Let me this thing. So now you can see incident has been created. Now I have a point. How this incident get created? It giving the impact 3, urgency 3, channel email, state new, category inquiry. I did not mention anything in my email. Yes or no? Did we
Yeah,
mention anything? Did we mention anything in the email? That what is the category? What is the channel? No. Then
we didn't
how
mention, but it's
ServiceNow?
take from the inbound actions.
Right. It is picking up the inbound email action. And this is very commonly used in the industry. Okay. Now let me show the inbound email action. Let me show here. Inbound email. Inbound email action. Click here. See, there's approximately 16 inbound action provided by ServiceNow. So the first which we're seeing is called the create incident. What it says here you can see. What it says here specifically, then what is the incident? Sorry, what is the inbound action? Inbound email action. I'll not say the inbound action is the wrong word. Inbound email action name on which table you want to create it. So if anybody is sending any email, which type of record should create it? Incident, change, problem, request. This is what you have to mention here. Action type. Record action. It means it is you are recording that in your part. You're not replying, you are just recording it. Record action. And when to run. When to run this part. When to attach SLA. Start condition. This is what when to run. If the type is new, it means the subject does not contain RE or FW. Then this should be run. This execution order is very much important. What this execution order says. Let's say in the file drill, definitely in everybody is working in a company and every company has a mock fire drill for the employees to understand the importance of that. During the fire drill, a lot of things shown to us. If there is a fire, You have to make sure that people should go out. You have to be use the fire executioner. You have to be called to the ambulance. You have to be take care, close the doors. Then make sure that nobody should going up. Lift should be closed and all the things, right? Now to do these things, there should be some action or some parallel action as well. If there's a fire, quickly start evacuating the place and make sure the doors are getting closed quickly. These are the two things you have to be do. But practically say we cannot do the two things in a one time. We will do either evacuating the place or we are closing the door from where the fire can be enter. So this execution order decide that in which order I have to be execute this inbound action. This thing now play a very vital role in service now. Very vital role. If I have a two inbound action with the same digit, same execution order, then what will happen? Try today. Create one more inbound action with the same execution order 100 number. And then send an email to service now. And then see what happened. Basically, it decide that in which sequence this particular inbound action should execute. So now if I go here for a minute and I can show you. See, execution order 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Everything on 100. The only thing which is be important, if it is on 100 but the table is different, then it is no issue. But if table is same, then it can be issue. Like someone, when I was a kid and going in the younger age, my parents told, if any guest come at home, serve the water and then serve the tea. Both are the two different tables. Water and tea. It can be done in the same time as well. In the tray, one side I put water, one side I put a cup of tea. But if I say if someone come, serve the water hold and cold, then it can be problem. Or first hold and then cold, then it can be problem. So this execution order is very much important in this aspect. And then if you want to specify some inbound action from specific emails, you can mention in which if the subject contains starts with, only then it should execute, only then it should create the incident. You can try these options. You try these options, guys. I'm telling you. Make subject something, maybe email body. Maybe I can say body text. Body text contains word LNG, only then it should create. You can put multiple filter conditions here as per your requirement. But now the second part comes. What to do? When to run, that's fine. And action. This is the complete coding part. We will try to see this code in the after 1 week class when you going for the scripting part. What it's saying, if I tell you very clearly or very easily here, this one full screen. What it's saying that current.caller ID in the get user ID, that the email you're receiving from email ID, check is that email ID exists in ServiceNow. If yes, then put into the caller here. Open by. You can see school name is called Learn and Grow. It's referring to the user table. Okay. Then current dot comments received from email original in the email body. Received from something like that they're mentioning in this particular part. Like this. Received from and this. And this. They're adding this in the comment section. Email subject should be go in the short description. Like this we have done here. See, we mentioned this in the email subject, right? If I show you here. This one. Then category inquiry. By default, put the category as inquiry. So that is the reason it's showing inquiry here. This one. But now you will say, Atul, it is inquiry/help. To understand that part, right click and see the choices. This is the label. Show choice list. And see, inquiry help, they're calling as inquiry only in the background. Then incident state is a new. Let me go back. So now incident state is a new. Notify to current.notify. I'm not sure that what is notify mean. Okay, notify means no, I'm not. I don't know what is notify means here. Maybe some action is there. But contact type is email. Contact type is email. You said all is channel. Channel is the name. Label name. Okay, and then if the body contain nothing like assigned to, then make it as a blank. If it does not have a importance symbol like this, we have here, we can add importance symbol, right? Mark as important. If it does not have a high as the important symbol, then make impact 1, urgency 1. Sorry, if it is this, then make 1, else make 3. And finally current dot create and insert in the database. This is what has been mentioned in the particular inbound action. If you want to do, you can do it from here as well. Like I can say description. From the email subject. Easy. It is not like that you have to be hard code. The hard coding part is that, but the thing is that only one thing will work. Either this will work. Not the both things will work together. Okay. So if you want just a simple one, I can say short description from email should contain subject. Okay. And description should contain body. Okay. Channel should contain email. The things which I mentioned here, I'm just writing it here as well. Then assignment group contain from sender. Yeah, assign to I can say, let's say assign to contain sender. So now if I update this, only one thing will work. This will work first, not this one. Okay. So now in short, if I save this and what we have said here, let's try one case here. That body should contain LNG. Let's go here and create a new email. Okay. Another incident, and body should contain anything. G like this, and I click on the send. Now let's see the value which I change in my, what I can say, in my inbound action will work or not. Okay. Let's go here and check the email is received or not. Still in a progress. It take little time, 1 or 2 minutes it take. Anybody has any doubt, any question till this point? It's a very interesting topic, I'm telling you. Just for your ease, what we'll do now, before I close the call, in the property, I will remove my email ID. And I strongly recommend you go in your profile and update your email ID so that you actually receive the email and you can do the things. Now you can see incident is created. Let's go here. Go back. Incident. Open. Another incident. See, it's showing in progress, and now you can see assigned to also get populated. Why? Because in the inbound action, we updated the field action first. So service now read these things, not these things. Now email is showing, it's showing email, yes, email. Assigned to showing my name. Another inquiry help and this. So you can see our inbound action is working fine. So it is not necessary that you have to be write the script. You can, if there is simple action, you can do like this as well. If it is an important one, then you can do this part as well. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt, any question? Moji, Satya, Ola, Yogesh, Ope, Jimmy, E.G. Barker, Harsh, Sham and Nikichi.
Yeah, Atul, we can send a notification a particularly group as well, right?
That we discuss tomorrow. That too, who will receive.
Okay. And notification also we can link up to SLS.
No, 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 no. SLAs are for the delivery of that particular product. Notification is just for the notify. Okay, I'm working on this part. You send WhatsApp me. That is notification. If I respond to you that part, that is SLA.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we'll do here, let me go here and go to the email properties. Okay. And let me remove. Oh, someone removed my email. That's nice. Thank you. May I know who did this thing? Good. Someone removed. That's good for me. Nothing to be worried. Okay. Now, if you go in your profile and you will update your email ID and then start sending and receiving the email, you can see this particular stuff. Okay. And tomorrow we are going to be discuss that if I receive this email, let me go back here and show you. Like I received this email, right? From where this is becoming, this context is coming, these lines are coming. Tomorrow we will see this part. And tomorrow we have a
It's a
class test.
template.
Maybe it's template, not sure. We will see. Okay. Any other doubt question, guys? Okay. Let me stop recording and take a quick attendance, guys, here. Okay.